himself. And then once he stood up and seen the blood from his head, is when we really knew that it was gunfire, and that's when we started seeing people in the in the bleachers being carried out, and it was just chaos from there. Just very disappointing, and it should never happen. But this political hate that's going on right now, the rhetoric needs to stop on both sides. And I got a little daughter, Roma. She's 4 years old, and I don't want her growing up in this type of environment.
Did anybody notice he said both sides?
Yep, definitely the temperature needs to be toned down. Robert Rosano, good to see you again. Saw you not that long ago. And Thomas Laporte.
That's right.
Appreciate you joining us to share your thoughts and your experience. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, John.
Thank you. Sandra?
Let's bring in Fox News medical contributor Mark Siegel now for more. Dr. Siegel, of course, we're awaiting updates on those listed in critical condition from this rally. Sadly, that family man, Corey, lost his life at the rally, went there to support the former president, and his life is now gone. And we now pray for those who are trying to fight back. What do you know?
Well, Corey Comparatori, 50 years old, former fire chief of Buffalo Township, was protecting his family. Very, very tragic, and we add to the heroic news of this entire situation, which really looked more like a war zone. And again, the crowd kept its composure when this was going on, which is really important. They were led by former President Trump's rally cry, really raising his fist and saying fight and not giving up. And from a medical point of view, that idea of showing courage and then showing compassion, reaching out on social media to the families of the victim and those who were injured, also sends the right message. I also thought, by the way, his getting down very quickly and then him being let off quickly, all of that was very, it showed an adroitness that you don't know what you're going to do when you're in that situation. And the final point I want to make is, we need to emphasize just how miraculous this is.
Yeah.
I've been talking to emergency room doctors and vascular surgeons, trauma surgeons all over the country this morning, and nobody can remember a case like this. I trained in the Bellevue emergency room. I took care of gunshot victims countless times. Never saw anything from a high-powered rifle which only grazed something. High-powered rifles, you don't expect with that. And that just shows you, how much more these are being used. But people can recount, by the way, somebody being grazed by a bullet, and I've seen that in the ER, never from a high-powered rifle of this. So the chances of him escaping this alive, especially since it's next to the part of the brain that is absolutely uniformly deadly, going to be over 100%, over 95% deadly had he been hit in the brain there.
I mean, when you take a look, too, at that photo from Doug Mills of the New York Times, where you can see the displacement of the air as the bullets whizzing past him, and the fact that it just nicked his ear, remarkable. Doc, thanks so much. Well, more breaking news coverage and the latest updates after the break.
So anyway, I know that a lot of people have a lot to say about what happened. A lot of people, you want to hear from both sides how people feel about this. But I can tell you, I've already I have run into people that said good. If you can believe that right now, right? I've already run into the people that have said good he got shot. So what you do is, when these people have all this hatred for Donald Trump, and their brains are just like saturated in so much hate, what you do is you just stay calm, walk away, because I've already run into them, okay? Because they're waiting, okay? They want a reaction, okay? It's sad, okay? So here's the deal. You don't want to go out with a Trump hat on. You don't want to go out with or putting Trump stickers on your car, because, the rhetoric. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times Trump, he's got a mouth on him for the most part, okay? But there's something there that people love, okay? He might say Sleepy Joe. He might say some things, but I don't really recall him saying that Hillary is Hitler. I don't remember, any of this type of comparison here that would get everybody stirred up. So I've already, been hearing, people saying that's good. We wish he would have got killed. So you're like, oh my gosh, I just got cold chills. Really? And they could be your neighbors. They could be your friends. They could be on The View. They could all of a sudden just feel like, yeah. So, when people are acting up like this, they'll even try to find a reason. Well, January 6th, he gets it back. Just all kinds of sick stuff's going on, you guys. So I don't care who is president. No one deserves to get shot. But guess what? You can't tell them that. You can't. It's been going on since he went, like they said, down the escalator. It really has. Let's see. He's a felon. He's a rapist. Whatever he's done in his personal life, I don't care if it was Stormy Daniels. I don't care. There's people out there that have threesomes, that have adultery. But, let's focus on Donald Trump today. Well, I'll tell you what, if we crawl in everybody's past and today and see how they're really feeling, it's just ridiculous. I've never really even liked it when they said President Obama's wife, Michelle, was a man. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in that type of stuff. If I see them, now they're doing all these ads they're pulling down on these buses against Trump. So, we all we all saw him, debating with Biden. We all saw him keep his composure. Did you see that in Biden? Okay, so when you're going around for years and years saying, Donald Trump is Hitler, and all these things. I mean, I can tell you from personal experiences that I was near a rally for my body, my choice. And you know what? It gets out of control. It's almost like they're crying and screaming for democracy. They're crying and screaming for listen to me. We don't want to hear about Israel. We don't want to hear about babies' heads getting cut off. We don't want to hear that they first attacked them. We don't want to hear that, women's vaginas were being blown off. We want to talk about from the river to the sea and how those people aren't being treated. Even if you go back to people like that, they're like with Hamas. These people are too scared to go to that country. But they'll holler and they'll make a big scene here in the United States of America. Why? They got the freedom of speech. So, nobody wants to see any child suffer, whether you're in Palestine or you're in Israel. The point I'm trying to make here, there is a divided side. And you'll see it now. You'll see all the hate. It's coming out. And so, it's going to happen. People don't, like the deplorables. What it actually is gaslighting. Has Trump gaslight? Yes. Do people? But I just don't recall him calling anybody Hitler. So when you use these words, deplorables, Hitler, and all the rest of this stuff, people are going to get upset, okay? But like I said, it's just something we have to deal with. There's going to be a lot of people coming on right now saying it was set up, it was fake, it wasn't real. Why didn't he die? I hate his guts. I wish they would have killed him. And if you're around these people and know that that's how they really feel, you'll feel that ice cold chill of Trump syndrome. It's like, calm down. I don't care any president. I was in 6th grade in Pasadena. I remember when Kennedy got shot, all right? I mean, take it easy with the killings, okay? Take it easy with, people that have maybe a cross, that believe in the Lord. Take it easy, It's okay. Everybody has a different choice. So now they're pulling down all the Biden stuff against Trump, the felon, the pervert, the Hitler, the deplorables. Anybody that likes Donald Trump, it's like, really? So we don't have freedom of choice, but you want your freedoms? Let's all just, try to understand one another. But when somebody actually says, yay, you get it, you deserve it, we might want to check ourselves. Also, we have the right to believe that, Ephesians and anything else. Since the Bible days, kings have been protected, that governed over different places and politics. If it wasn't kings, it was presidents. So, you know, I wish the best for Biden. I wish the best for Trump. But I'll tell you what, when you start hollering and calling people names and gaslighting, people start going wacky, man, you know? It's like, I have people in my family that hate Donald Trump. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they all just said, you know, we wish he would have got shot. That's when you know that something's wrong, okay? Something's wrong with people that don't see the whole story, okay? I don't know. What do you think about that today? I can sit on here and tell you everything that I love about Donald Trump. I can. I sure can. And right now, it's a good day. My president isn't dead, okay? He is my president. And that's just the way it is. Some people don't want to talk about politics or religion. You might be better off at this point because there's so much hatred. You'll feel it now, okay? People have the right to vote. People have the right to choose a president, okay, in an election without worrying about getting shot and killed. And if you are one of those people that go back to January 6th and say it's all his fault, okay, and that he caused it, and now you guys are going to get it, I would have hoped that America could not be that way. So, you know, you saw a president stand up and raise his fist, didn't you? Okay, so, you know, a lot of people are going to tear that up too. So God bless Biden today. Thank you for him taking down all the hateful posters and things that he's got on buses, and the hate that's spewing out of him and been spewing out of him, and the lies. So, you know, hey, Donald Trump, you know, I've heard him swear on his golf cart. I've heard him act the way he acts. I still choose Trump. God bless you today.